Ever feel like no matter how hard you hustle, you're always stuck in the same place? You wake up early, put in the work, push through exhaustion, yet financial freedom still feels out of reach. The truth? The game is rigged. Society teaches you to trade time for money, but that's a losing strategy. The ultra-wealthy figured this out long ago. Warren Buffett didn't become one of the richest men alive by grinding harder. He learned how to play the game differently. He followed a strategy that most people ignore, and that's exactly what separates the rich from the struggling. I call it the cowboy mindset, a bold, calculated approach to money that flips the script on traditional wealth building. It's not about taking wild risks or chasing trends. It's about owning the game, making smart moves, and building long-term wealth with confidence. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to escape the financial treadmill, take control of your money, and finally start building real wealth. This isn't just theory, this is the blueprint the rich don't want you to know. Ready to break free? Let's dive in. When it comes to building real wealth, thinking long-term is essential. Just like a cowboy planning a journey across the wild frontier, you've got to have the endurance to go the distance. Wealth doesn't get built overnight. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, built his fortune by focusing on businesses with lasting value. Think decades, not days. Imagine putting your money into something that grows steadily over time, like a solid investment portfolio. Stocks, real estate, or even businesses with consistent returns. These are the kinds of moves you want to make if you want to create lasting wealth. Take the time to research, understand the market, and think ahead. Instead of chasing the next big trend or trying to make a quick buck, focus on long-term stability. Think about how much a well-planned investment can grow over 10, 20, or even 30 years. For example, investing in dividend-paying stocks like Coca-Cola or Johnson & Johnson can bring in reliable income while steadily growing your wealth. It's about building a foundation that can weather the storms, not just hitting a jackpot. The real magic happens when you invest in things that appreciate steadily, offering long-term rewards. Most people get impatient when they don't see immediate results, but remember, the cowboy doesn't expect to reach the destination in one day. Likewise, as you build your wealth, patience is key. Compound interest can be one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal, but only if you give it time. The longer you wait, the bigger your snowball gets. The first few years may feel slow, but eventually, that patience will pay off. By staying the course, you'll look back and realize how much progress you've made, and you won't have to chase quick wins along the way. Now, the question is, how do you stay consistent and avoid the urge to jump ship when things get tough? Well, stick around, because in the next step, we're going to dive into knowing when to hold your horses and avoiding impulse spending. Know when to hold your horses, avoid impulse spending. Impulse spending can derail even the most well-thought-out financial plans. Much like a cowboy would never waste valuable supplies on a whim during a long journey, you need to avoid squandering your hard-earned cash on things that don't help build long-term wealth. Warren Buffett himself is a huge advocate for delayed gratification. Instead of giving into every fleeting desire, ask yourself, is this really necessary for my financial future? By taking a step back, you're giving yourself time to think clearly about whether a purchase is worth it in the long run. Consider the example of someone wanting to buy the latest gadget or a shiny new car. Sure, it might feel great in the moment, but what happens after the initial excitement wears off? That impulse purchase ends up draining your finances without contributing to your long-term goals. Instead of buying something impulsively, shift your focus to investments that will provide returns down the line. Look into real estate, stocks, or even building up a business. For instance, setting aside money for a high-growth stock like Tesla or investing in a rental property can provide far more value than that fleeting purchase you didn't really need. A crucial tip here is to delay purchases. Don't decide in a split second. When you feel the urge to buy something you hadn't planned for, take 24 hours to think it over. Often, you'll realize it wasn't something you truly needed. It's about taking control over your desires and sticking to your goals. The more disciplined you are with your spending, the more room you'll have to focus on building wealth through investments and smart financial decisions. That's the path Buffett himself follows. So, how do you keep your finances on track while avoiding those temptations? That's exactly what we're going to dive deeper into next. Let's talk about the power of consistency and why staying in the saddle leads to long-term success. Stay in the saddle, consistency wins. When it comes to building wealth, it's not about who can make the fastest gain. It's about being consistent, just like a cowboy steadily riding through the rugged terrain. Warren Buffett's investment strategy has always been about steady, long-term growth. He doesn't chase after quick profits, but instead focuses on reinvesting in businesses that grow over time. This same approach can be applied to your financial journey. It's not about jumping on the latest trend or trying to make a quick buck. It's about staying committed to your financial plan and allowing your investments to grow. Take the example of someone who invests a small amount consistently over the years. Maybe it's just $100 a month into a broad market ETF like the S&P 500. Over time, this small, consistent investment will compound, making a bigger impact than trying to catch up with short-term trends. The key is to stay the course, even when the market dips. Don't panic and sell when things are down. Consistency means continuing to invest, whether the market is up or down. This is how real wealth is created, by sticking with it, day in and day out. This idea of consistency can also apply to your personal habits. It's not about making a huge, one-time change. It's about implementing small, consistent steps. Set a budget and stick to it every month. Review your spending habits regularly. Track your progress. Maybe you aim to build passive income streams, but rather than doing everything at once, focus on adding one or two small sources of income, like a side hustle or dividend-paying stocks. Over time, these can grow into significant streams of cash flow. Staying consistent is a marathon, not a sprint. But the payoff is huge in the end. In the next step, we'll explore the importance of focusing on what you know, investing in areas where you truly understand the game. Stay tuned. Trust your lasso, focus on what you know. When it comes to investing, one of the wisest pieces of advice Warren Buffett offers is to focus on what you know. Like a cowboy who's mastered his lasso, you need to know your tools and how they work before you use them. Buffett doesn't invest in industries he doesn't understand, and neither should you. The more you understand about a specific business or investment, the better you'll be able to make smart choices and avoid unnecessary risks. Think about it. If you're someone who has experience in tech, maybe you should be looking into tech companies rather than something you're not familiar with, like, say, the energy sector. For example, if you've worked with software or understand tech innovation, investing in a company like Apple or Microsoft might be a smart move because you're already familiar with the products and services they offer. You understand the potential for growth, and that can give you an edge when making decisions. It's not just about buying stocks, it's about investing in what you believe in and what you understand deeply. This concept doesn't just apply to investing, it's also about your skills and expertise. Take someone who knows how to start a business. If you're skilled at running a marketing agency, for instance, you might be better off investing your time and money into expanding that business rather than trying to learn an entirely new trade. Master your craft first, and then the money will follow. As Buffett says, the more you learn, the more you earn. Focusing on your strengths allows you to work smarter, not harder. Knowing where to put your money is key, but so is knowing where not to invest. Keep your lasso tight. Don't try to catch everything that comes your way. When you stick to what you know, you make more informed decisions. And in the next step, you'll see why narrowing your focus to quality investments, not quantity, is critical to long-term success. Keep your herd small, quality over quantity. Buffett's approach to wealth is all about focusing on quality over quantity, and that's the same mindset a cowboy has when it comes to their herd. A cowboy values strong, healthy cattle, not a large herd that's hard to manage. When it comes to investing, this principle is crucial. Buffett believes it's better to own a few great investments rather than spread yourself thin with too many. It's not about having the most, it's about having the best. Think about it this way. Imagine you've got a bunch of stocks in different industries, some performing well, others not so much. If you're spread too thin, it can be difficult to keep track of everything, and you might miss the opportunities that matter. Instead, it's better to put your money into a handful of investments you truly believe in, ones you can follow closely and feel confident about. Companies like Amazon, Google, or Berkshire Hathaway itself are examples of strong investments that offer great potential for long-term returns. By focusing on a smaller number of quality investments, you not only reduce risk but also maximize your chances of big returns. Instead of jumping into every new stock, take a step back and think, is this the best use of my money? It's about being selective and taking the time to research. In real life, if you put in the work up front and carefully evaluate your choices, you'll avoid the stress of juggling too many investments. This idea of quality over quantity extends beyond investments, too. It applies to business, relationships, and even how you manage your time. Instead of focusing on doing a million things at once, focus on a few key activities that will yield the most reward. In the next step, we'll talk about how to prepare for unpredictable times and why that matters for long-term financial stability. Respect the Wild West. Prepare for uncertain times. Life and markets can be unpredictable, just like the Wild West was for cowboys. You can never be 100% sure about what's coming next, so it's essential to be prepared. Warren Buffett's approach to this is simple. He always keeps cash reserves and avoids unnecessary debt. When times get tough, like during a market crash or a financial downturn, having a safety net is critical. The last thing you want is to be caught off guard, scrambling for resources when things aren't going your way. Imagine you're a cowboy riding through a storm. You've got to make sure you have everything you need, from food to shelter, to weather the tough conditions. In the financial world, this means saving up emergency funds and avoiding high-interest debt that could weigh you down. By having some money saved up and keeping debt in check, you're building a cushion that allows you to weather any storm, just like a cowboy has to do in uncertain times. The goal is to have peace of mind knowing you've got something to fall back on if things take a turn for the worse. Buffett doesn't gamble with his money, and neither should you. He suggests avoiding debt whenever possible, focusing on building wealth slowly and steadily. When the economy turns sour or an unexpected expense comes your way, the last thing you need is to be stuck in a mountain of debt with no way out. Keeping cash reserves isn't just about security, it's about opportunity. When others are panicking, you'll be in a better position to take advantage of deals or investments that come your way. The most successful cowboys and investors know how to stay calm and prepared when uncertainty strikes. In the next step, we'll dive into how building wealth with purpose creates something that lasts beyond just financial gain. It's not just about surviving the storm, but thriving in it. Leave a legacy on the land, build wealth with purpose. When a cowboy looks at his land, he doesn't just see dirt. He sees a legacy, something that can be passed down, something that can continue to grow and provide for future generations. Warren Buffett shares a similar philosophy about wealth. He believes that true wealth isn't just about the money you make today, but about what you build that lasts. Building wealth with purpose means creating something meaningful that benefits more than just your own bank account. It's about being strategic, thoughtful, and intentional in how you handle your finances. Let's put this into perspective. If you want to leave a legacy, you have to think beyond the quick wins. A cowboy doesn't harvest his land just for one season, right? He's planting seeds for the future, knowing it'll take time to see the fruits of his labor. That's what investing with a purpose is about, putting money into assets, businesses, or ideas that will appreciate over time and serve you, your family, and even the community. For example, investing in dividend-paying stocks or rental properties that generate passive income for years to come can be part of your long-term plan. Buffett emphasizes the importance of using your wealth wisely. It's not about flaunting riches, but about ensuring the money works for something bigger. If you think about it, investing in something that grows and benefits others, whether it's through your business or charity work, creates a lasting impact. The wealth you build isn't just for you to enjoy today, it's for future generations to benefit from. For instance, think about using some of your financial gains to support causes that matter to you. Your legacy could be in creating something that positively shapes the world. A true legacy is one that is passed down, not just from father to son, but from one generation to another. In the next step, we'll explore how to align money with happiness in a way that feels fulfilling, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. It's about blending success with joy and purpose, creating a life that you can be proud of. You've learned how to start thinking long-term with your investments, avoid impulsive spending, and stay consistent with your financial plan, key principles that can truly change your financial future. But the journey doesn't end here. Remember how overwhelming it felt to be stuck, always chasing that next dollar without a clear plan? Now, you know that building wealth is about patience, purpose, and the right mindset. It's time to apply everything you've learned and watch your financial foundation grow. But if you're ready to take it a step further and start seeing real transformation, learning how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure, click the link in the pinned comment and start transforming your finances today. Your future self will thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more insights that will help you master your financial mindset and unlock the wealth you deserve. Check out the material in the pinned comment and begin your journey now. The tools and strategies inside are exactly what you need to start building your wealth with purpose.